let's get a little intro here from Tony. Tony Tripp, how about you tell me a little bit about how and when you got into crypto, when you got into Wax, when you got into Cyber Vandals, and what your role is now. I guess are you a lone ranger for Cyber Vandals? Do you have teammates? I know you have some mods, but tell us all about it.
Well, so as far as artwork, it's pretty much all me unless we have fan art or we have somebody come in and do something specifically. But I'll do all the 2D stuff. I'll do all the 3D stuff, the animations, all the boring stuff they have to do with the NFT stuff, like setting up templates and schemas and all that. Yeah, I mean, I bet like, what is it like? I was into crypto before I did OpenSea and I got burned and I was kind of like not really into it. And then I ended up getting into Wax because of Mr. Tufu, who's in the chat right now. Actually,
oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah. We dropped one last year on Black Friday together and kind of like a collective piece where he had a piece, I had a piece. And I think we did 20 of them for like 100 wax. And then it was funny because like later on we ended up making new collection because we like learned a lot from that.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I got the collection name in January, and then when I said it in January, I gave myself till March to make 1.0. That means make 5 characters, they evolve 3 times, and do full animations and everything. And it was a lot of work, man. It's been a lot of progress. I feel like from the first animations to the animations that I'm doing now, especially. Today there was a release. Well, I don't know if it was today, but today I updated Blender, which is the 3D program I use.
Okay.
And they got a new fur system and all that stuff. And I literally made a prototype of Gibby, which is our main character, and it worked out like really well. So I'm excited to get in there and really play with it. I played with it for hours, like adjusting his fur and getting everything together.
Oh, nice.
And that's kind of who you're seeing in the background right there.
Oh, okay.
Got like
yeah, the Gibby Ghost is one of the prizes on the Grubfish coming up. So there you go. Awesome. So you have it is very high quality from what I saw here. Very high quality animations, 3D animations. The fact that you do all that is really cool. Before you start screen sharing, can you summarize kind of how the IRL stuff works, how it ties in? Because I know you have like pieces, like you have one NFT was shoes and one NFT was like a bow. So how's that tie into real life?
So for the 3.0 drop, I did 2 physical drawings. I did I'm trying to think of everything off the top of my head. We did an acrylic cutout of Gibby. I have a bunch of mini stickers. I'm doing we have like different milestones. So like the milestones work, you get sticker packs. There's a mini sticker pack that went out at 100, at 500 sales. There's like 1,500 wax that's gonna get put out, and essentially like I think at that point it's either the poster pack, the bigger sticker pack, and then the poster pack. So yeah, I mean, like the actual physicals, the 2 physicals are already gone. 2 of the drawings. Let me double check. The gold. So I made a gold necklace this time too. It was gold plated, but it was engraved and it had this tattooed up Gibby on it, and it was a lot of fun to make. And it was just something like a sticker idea that I was trying to make. And I wanted to make something from 3D to 2D because like 2D is really where I excel at, but 3D is something that I've been studying for a long time in like making music videos and things like that. But now it's like making these 10-second clips that I'm trying to make as high quality as possible. I've been able to build a computer that can handle it, and I've also been able to the programming has gotten better. So I just learn every time something new comes out. It's like a new fraction of information that I get.
Yeah, nice. I'm self-taught too. Well, I guess I don't know what your study background is, but I'm self-taught on my graphic design and video production too. Just kind of started at the bottom, YouTube tutorials, improving as we go. And yeah, practice makes perfect. You really got the hang of the 3. I really like it's very professional made. Tofi and Mohammed here saying, you work so hard. Nobody works harder than Tony. His work ethic is what inspires. That's so cool to hear. I mean, that goes for a lot of creators, a lot of wax creators, the ones that I talk to myself. we're all trying to do what we can for the community, but it's awesome to hear your community say that about you, and I could tell from your work too, especially if you do all the art. That's really cool, and a lot of the marketing too.
Yeah, they're the fuel.
Because you're doing your Twitch, and I guess you probably run your Twitter, and so it's a lot of work too, other than just art.
So I started delegating out the the social media part of it, because I use Telegram, and that's pretty much where I go to with the admins, and we have our core central part there, and then we kind of share the information out to other places. We have like a full Discord, we have Twitch, we have Instagram. I've been working on a TikTok, you know what I mean, just to take the 3D animations and put them into TikTok.
Cool, yeah.
I changed the perspective. They started off as cubes because I kind of thought that's what we had to do, and then I realized that, soon after learning about all this stuff, that I was like, why do I have to do it like that? It looks better like this on a phone when I'm looking at my phone anyway, so why not make it nice and vertical?
Nice. And also noticed you do have audio in your NFTs, like music bits. Is that all self-produced, or is that just like a royalty thing?
Well, no, Munster was the original dude to do all the music for us, and with the amount of these the amount of the NFTs that I was producing, I wasn't gonna go and ask him to produce a bunch of free music for me, because I was like making 40 NFTs here, and I wanted like specific clips and things like that. So it's basically all just royalty free music you can find online. It's not too hard. You can just YouTube stuff, YouTube royalty free music, and grab it from there if you want. But yeah, it's why not have audio in it? I've got video, so I have to make something that kind of mixes with it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Somebody was producing it for you for your NFT, so it's custom made music then.
Well, yeah, for Series 1 and Series 2, I definitely did. But I wanted to have more music per NFT. Like, I had one general theme song. We still have, like, one theme song, and that's produced by Munster Vision. Awesome.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I've thought of that, too. Like, yeah, if you are able to, by the way, y'all, if you didn't know, any NFT you can also add audio to. We have not done that because it's because of the workload. But maybe in the future we will. It is really neat when it is there and you kind of hear it, or when you unpack and you have your cool your unpack video too. Awesome. Would you like to pull up your screen share and just kind of start going over visuals? Maybe your website, maybe the drops, whatever it may be, your characters, whatever it may be.
Yeah. So we can talk about the whole main process of this, right? Like 3.0 came out. There's still quite a bit.
Not quite there. Right. Yeah, here we have a website. The website's cybervandals.io. Yeah, there you go. And you got your NFT and your Atomic Cup there. And yeah, go through that web. I know your front page of your site has a lot of info, so scroll through that and go through it.
Yeah, what I want to do, I think I want to break it down a little bit easier for people, because I feel like it's a lot of information at one time. Okay. But I wanted people to like see all the effort that went into the project, because each one of these links has like a whole nother page like that as well. I wanted it to be accessed right on the front screen, but I think I am going to make like a splash page that has it a little bit, has this page linked to it, but maybe it'll have like the CV token, the one-of-one customs, and then like this page right here with all the details and everything. Make it a little bit easier for people. But anyways, we'll start at the top. All the links are at the top. So Telegram, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, Instagram. All those are updated. You can pick the blocks up right here. NFT blocks and the Atomic Assets or Atomic Hub. This is just an advertisement. You can actually watch this video right here. I'll scrub through a little bit, but you can check this out where it's I've kind of fully produced a small commercial for 3.0. The first series was actually an origin letter that we got from the future. It was like this crazy thing. I always feel crazy when I like try to explain it to people, but you have to put yourself in a different time and like way in the future for all this.
Okay, futuristic. Gotcha.
This fully explains everything. I feel like I don't do it justice when I try to explain it live. So watch the video, you're gonna be like blown away, because it's like I'm a much better visual artist and producer and all that stuff than I am like live describer.
Yeah, that's fine. We could watch it if you wanted to. You wanted to watch? How long is it?
Yeah, it's only a minute. 1.8. It's super short, so you can like bring it up on.
Yeah, well, let me bring it up on my thing, and that'll be better.
Yeah, this gives people a little bit. This is a much better way to bring everybody up to story.
So, all right, I'm scrolling through your site.
Like right in, you'll see the coalition advertisement go up.
Oh, it's up.
Yeah, it's like right at the top.
Oh. Cool. Let's look at that.
Billions of years in the future,
Turn the audio
a
all the way up.
Bogart named Zeo
Dude did an awesome
discovers
job
a
on the voice
crate
acting.
in the ground
You can't hear it, Tony, but they
on
can.
the last piece of Earth. The crate is filled with an unfinished project left behind. Zeo was able to finish it and hatch over 5,000 little creatures that evolved physically and artistically, as well as send message updates using the black box. The Cyber Vandals made such a mess, the Alien 51 noticed their fun and raided the Borgots, stealing all of their Cyber Vandals to trade for cyber tokens. The message got back to Trip, and he decided to transfer himself through the black box and meet with the Borgots to start the Coalition.
Cool. Very visual. I like that.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, very. So you made that yourself too, huh? With all the
Yes, sir.
the 3D stuff. Wow.
I didn't do the voice.
You do great work. You do really great work for sure. All right, bring us back. Okay, got us a little video. Appreciate that. That's really cool. But yeah, you
It's
can carry
easier
on
to
that.
explain that way. I feel like a lot of the reason I made that was because I was so terrible at explaining everything. Because I felt like I was sounding ridiculous when I'm like, all right, picture this. We're in the future.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because just from the artwork itself, it felt futuristic to me. And then when I make the music tracks, I use Epidemic Sound and I search tracks. And that's exactly what I searched, futuristic, to get like the music for the puzzle and what the audience is hearing. But all right, cool. So you have like the 3D characters and different things. Keep on going if you can. What else you got on your site there?
Yeah. So let me, okay, cool. So you got the promo. It shows the white sheet that basically breaks down 3.0. So you can check that out and see all the details as you like. I want to get to like, so there's the blend page. We had a blend, a drop, all that 3.0 stuff. Go check it out. Go read about it. But what I want to focus on is the CD token and the one-on-one customs, because that's like our long-term plan. I created a WAX DAO farm where 10% of the sales will go into a one-of-one farm. So people that have made one-of-ones up until this point and in the future will have access to stake their stuff into that WAX DAO farm.
Oh,
And then the
cool.
same thing with the CV token is I have the liquidity pool set up on Alcor Exchange, and it's done really well. So we'll have, now that 3.0 is done and like the big chunk of the next part of the story is done, I'm able to kind of move forward on like better utility, like what I think is a fair give and take as far as like what all the amount of time that it takes to make all this stuff. What versus like making sure that I'm giving back to the community and just having fun, doing fun stuff with it, you know? So
yeah, you got a lot of stuff there, I see, for sure. And you got Wax DAO too. That's awesome. I've been talking about this week because we just launched ours. So you got a farm there too. You also have a token there.
Yeah. So it's all created. Yeah, dude, it's Wax DAO has been a heaven sent to all of us, to be honest with you, especially if you're a creator. It kind of puts the creator's power back in the creator's hands by being able to think and do all your own stuff.
I had an AMA with Mike on Monday. We were talking all about it, and yeah, like it really, really helps us creators to kind of create Add a lot more types of utility without having to code it. That's the big thing, is I'm not a coder, and
Right.
we don't want to hire coders, and now we can do that. So that's awesome you're using that too, and all these other things too. Very cool.
Well, the whole community is kind of moving that way a little bit. You know, we're still all familiar with NFT Blocks and Atomic Hub for their for the utility of that program, right? That marketplace has its own utility. Like you can create gifts, you can back on Atomic Hub. You can't do that on NFT Block that I know of. And there's certain features that are a little bit easier to use, like the drops and all that stuff on NFT. But Wax DAO is also like I don't really want it to replace what we have, but also be a tool, just like the Chain Champs, like NFT Hive and all the extra stuff that, like, I don't personally use all that stuff, but the community does. So I think it's important to be involved in a little bit of all that.
Cool. I like that outlook for sure. So staking one of ones, you got a rarity chart, physicals.
Oh yeah, so this kind of breaks it down. Like,
yeah, you got story background for your characters too. So that's always fun.
Working on a Telegram game. It's pretty much up and ready to go. People can play it. Yeah,
right.
I have to figure out a way to make it attached to wallets, but I don't understand coding. Coding's my kryptonite.
Yeah.
So and then you can scroll down, you'll see, like, look, people already put their ConsumerBreak online for sale.
Oh, there you go. Well, I hope as long as it's not sold yet, it's still yours. I hope you're entering that bounty block for the 300 entries before you sell it off. Can you stake that too in the Wax DAO? Or is it
No, the only
one-on-ones?
thing that's stakeable is the one-on-ones.
Okay.
So that's let me scroll back up here because I kind of passed by it. But if you go staking 101, oh, actually no, we'll go to customs. That just takes you to the Wax DAO. If you go right here to where it says customs, it'll take you to a page. It kind of shows you some of the ones that I've already built. But so you pick up an infinity supply crate. I release a certain amount so that you can attach whatever accessories you get throughout the collection to whatever character you would like throughout the collection. So basically, it was my way to go against the grain on generative art, where people, it's not that I have anything against it. I just wanted to do something different. I was thinking, like, you know, when you buy a generative piece, it's a bunch of hand-drawn pieces that are all shuffled together, and then you get that specific piece, and there's 10,000 of them. And I was like, well, when I first heard that, I was like, dude, I want to do that. I want to draw a bunch of hats. I want to draw a bunch of everything. I want to see all that done and make 10,000 of these, you know? Yeah. But I didn't really understand things big enough to, like, really try to go that hard with it. So I kind of started off, it was like, my mentality was like, well, I'm an artist and I'm a creator and I enjoy making one of ones, even like, so I'm a full-time tattoo artist too, but I enjoy making custom pieces for people. So instead of trying to make this generative thing that the computer handles, I wanted it to be a bit more organic, but still in that digital space. So when you get that supply crate, you can attach whatever accessories are in your wallet, and then you pick whatever Cyber Vandal you want it to. We have poster backgrounds. You can change the color. You can change the fur. I'll do all that for you and then send you a proof. Let me show you one that I just did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that just clicked a little bit more for me. So your NFTs are your pieces, like your shoes, your parts of your character, and then the user is creating their character using those different NFTs, right?
Correct. Yes.
How are you doing that? Are you using blends, or how's that work?
I make it and then I send them the concept or whatever. And then once they approve it, I'll make it, mint it, and then send it to them and trade them for whatever's in their wallet. So it's basically, it's like a manual thing. And then when I get that, say about? So
it's like a manual thing? Like you have to manually do it for them? How?
Oh yeah. But that's what I was aiming for. I like that.
Okay. So it's probably pretty hard to get like everything you need to make a character, or how often do people do that?
So I'll show you. I just did 2 the other day. This new one's called Trippy Kush. It's our first one from the coalition. There you go. So this dude, he actually has, let's see, his accessories. So in the background, he has the OG McTen Blunts poster. He has the respirator. He has the Greetings from Sativa chain, and he has the phaser. So those are all the accessories that I made, and basically he picked purple eyes and green skin for his character, and he sent me a list of all the stuff in there. So I basically went through, made it, showed it to him. He was like, dude, that's so sick. So I was like, all right, cool. So then I make it, mint it, and then make a one of one, and then send it to him. He trades me those assets, and then I take those assets, burn them, and then he has his one of one. And then you can stake that in Wombat. I think Wombat, like Muhammad will know better, but I think it's like 700 mining power. And also like it'll go into the Wax DAO farm, the one of ones that we have.
Yeah.
That
awesome.
Basically regenerates from 10% of the sales.
Well, that's really kind of unique. The fact that you're custom making a one-on-one for the people. It's not like a blend where it's just there and people choose them. How often are people doing this? Is this happening like a lot, or is it like a few a week, or how many do you do?
So in order to do that, you have to have the Infinity Supply Crate, which is it looks like this. This NFT right here.
We will go to another grub really soon, so you guys can still join ! Play in your wallet. We're going there next.
800 mining power coal. What they get.
Awesome.
So yeah, so essentially they use this form to fill it out, and they tell me how they want to customize it, and I just go ham on it.
Go ham.
It's nice to have those ingredients and then make whatever kind of animation based on what they put in.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun to do.
Interesting. So yeah, it's almost like a take on the PFP, but way cooler. I think it's way cooler. It's engaging. It's personalized, and not only that, but the assets aren't just some little 2D thing. It's like really cool looking 3D and custom animation for you, and then you got the utility on top of that with your staking.
Yeah, and you can name it after your favorite dog or your kids or whatever you want.
All right, I like that. All right, we will continue after a Grubfish. Just whatever, keep on going with whatever you want to talk about. I do want to just look at the prizes here. So we have first place for this Grubfish. We'll get this Ghost Gibby that we were talking about. This is a poster.
Yeah, I love drawing the 2D stuff.
Oh, we're hearing the audio on it. Cool, got a little music bite on there. I like it. Funkin' Crypto was like, if you ever need guitar, holler. He'll noodle you some guitar.
Challenge accepted. Bro, Crypto, send me something, any kind of music you want, and I'll make something awesome to it.
Awesome.
For sure. We'll guaranteed blend. I'm into that.
So,
that dude's phenomenal on guitar.
Oh yeah, it was noodling with us on a Digicon. That was awesome. Fun times at Digicon. The next, by the way, I guess next one is towards the end of November. We're gonna be there every time. It's been a hoot. So that's where you can like meet people in the metaverse, all wax.
Tell me a bit about that, because I want to get into that.
Oh, for sure you can. Well, it happens every 2 months. The next one is towards the end of November. And if you want to participate, all you got to do is go in their Discord, Digicon's Discord, and then connect with Waffles Kitty. It does cost, they're charging $200 for a booth, but if you have events in your booth, they'll waive the fees. What is an event? Inside your booth, you can like play games or whatever it is, and it shows up. But anyway, there's some info there. Thanks, Puzzle. It's a metaverse convention where anyone can walk around using their little avatars on computer. It's been growing every time, and it's a lot of wax projects and creators and community members, and we just have a blast there. It's all prizes to win. It's a great networking and advertising kind of thing for wax projects. We'd love to see a booth for you. It'd be a great fit, because you have like your own slide where people can go and they look at whatever you want on the slide.
Well, I saw a bunch of people streaming it.
Yeah. So there you go. It's not a big deal to get in there. They definitely want projects in there. So this is a poster. So you make these posters. They're just kind of like to commemorate new characters, or what is this guy, this Ghost Gibby? Can you tell him a little about it?
So it's part of that whole customizing stuff. Like when I get tired of doing 3D stuff, I go back and start drawing 2D stuff. So I started making, I got to the point where I was almost like getting burned out on 3D, because like I like them both equally, to be honest with you. So, but once I get burned out on one, I'll start doing a different one.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and join the grub. Last shot here. And the other one, well, it'll be the next Grubfish, not this one. But tell us a little bit about this trip poster. I guess this was just a thing to showcase you?
No. So that's one of the characters, right? Like,
Oh, it's a
so
character?
essentially I'm one of the characters.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So there were 5 characters. There was the Trip, there was the Kaju, which is like a monster, and then there was the Cable, then the Dread, and the Lucky. So
Okay.
we're all basically themed on different skin colors. We're just like a big group. Essentially, like where we're at in the story now is like the coalition's coming in. So like future in the story, you'll see that there was 5 people that ended up going through and meeting up into the future through the black box.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty rad.
Pretty rad, for sure. So it's all part of the world building, story building you got going on. I love it. All right, here we go. Let's get the show on the road for this one, and after this grub, we'll continue right back to your screen share and kind of go through anything. You're welcome to look at the Atomic Hub too, at NFTs, whatever you want. Or if there's more on the website to look at too, you can do that as well. All right, first place only on this one. Just one on this one. These are pretty valuable NFTs though. That's pretty cool. They're all listing for like several dollars at least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they
so
got their
out of
utilities.
I think we look it up real quick, but the Ghost Gibby is 250 out of 1,000. Yeah, 250 of those out of 1,000.
Nice. Very limited. Very nice. Grub a dub dub. Watch out for the blades. So you just dropped. What specifically did you drop on Saturday? Was that a new character?
That was Cyber Vandals 3.0.
3.0.
That was a whole pack. That was the 2 that I sent you today.
Okay, so what we're doing, all these prizes are from that. Cool. So
Yeah.
you 3.0. So are these like seasons or I guess you just have periodic drops of different packs of new stuff.
So now we're at 3.0. Like it's just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. I've gotten to the point now where I like making custom. So like that one was just like the one that you got up now, the Ghost Gibby. I did a taco Gibby. I did a ice cream Gibby. I did a pizza Gibby. They're all just like So when I first started creating this Cyber Vandals universe, I started with Gibby. That was like the very first character I ever made, and I shared a screenshot of it in Telegram, and people reacted pretty well to it. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started just kind of working on that one. Then I made the other 5, and then I was like, well, I just don't want to make 5. I want to make young versions, medium versions, and old versions. So you would take like 10 of these or 5 of these and then blend it up, and it would go to the next level, and then so on and so forth up through the chain until it got to its final version. So there was a young, a medium, and then an old version.
Okay, awesome.
But that got to be messy. So on Cyber Vandals 2, I just did a young version and an old version. So essentially that poster that you showed of the trip poster that you showed earlier, if you take that and you blend it with a 3D mask, then you can get the 3D trip animation.
Nice. All right.
So
awesome.
in the pack, there was a character card, there was a shoe, there was a mask, and then there was a random accessory.
All right. Yeah, and some of those prizes are on the puzzle and the bounty block. We do have a mask and we have the shoes. Congrats to Renman! Renman, you got yourself the Ghost Gibby poster. Congratulations.
Nice.
You guys could go ahead and rejoin. I'm gonna put about 15 minutes here on my end, and I do have music in the background. I'm gonna turn it down a little though. I got a little feedback in DM that it was too loud, so sorry. And I'm going to bring up your screen share again. There it is. There it is. All right, carry on. Tell us more. Tell us more.
far do we get? So K-Chat, we're on the Smelly Koala. The world of Smelly Koala is now, they basically pay us to chat in Telegram, so that's kind of cool. We earn their native token. Speaking Rarity Chart. So the Rarity Chart, I made the Rarity Chart just to kind of help people understand on a global, because like what was happening is like during the first season there was like 1,000 of these characters that went out, which were pretty much considered either like uncommon, you know what I mean, or common. And as they got burned down, now there's only like 25. So I don't want people to think, you know, I want them to look at that 25 and now know where it sits on a rarity chart. Because I think that that's something that you know, I almost thought about like making a new version of it so that people could blend up for a fresher version of it, but that contract that comes with it is kind of cool to have, that shows that it, you know, that you went through all the stuff to get it.
Cool.
Let's see, physicals. So yeah, so we got a merch store. The card game is actually pretty fun. Like you play against Zeo, which is the main Borgot that's like a robot that is like our sidekick. And you're playing cards against him. So you draw a character card, he draws a character card, then you draw an accessory card, and he draws an accessory card, and then you compare them. The character card will be boosted or it will be boosted positively or negatively based on the characteristics of that asset card or the accessory card. So it totals it at the bottom, and then it tells you if you win or, you know, you lose.
Cool. So you got
that's a pretty fun game to do.
A little card game going on too, almost like a PvP type thing.
Yeah, well, it's like a game hub. So we have like a number guess game on there. We got a coin flip, and you earn chips, which are just like in-game tokens until I can learn how to like do the whole wallet thing, you know?
Cool.
I'd love to have people sign in and do all that stuff, but I just don't understand that side of the coding yet.
Gotcha.
But we are stakeable on Wombat. Wombat's been really awesome about stuff. Galactic 123, we have a planet on there called Cyber Vandals, and then Landbox. Landbox has been like the next big thing for. So I click on this.
Yeah, I think I saw a video on your YouTube for that. You gotta. We can watch that one too.
Yeah. So there's like a little promo video right here that just. So there was a battle. They're having a battle for like who built the best land or whatever. So I went through and took a promo video so that I could send to them, and then I sent them a bunch of screenshots of like the land, because essentially like you'll need the Landbox Game Pass, which is like $7 or so, and once you get that Game Pass, and you need a character too. So once you get in there, you can play on this map, and you can actually go around. You can get NFTs. I'm gonna have exclusives. I'm gonna have this has been like the next big chunk of where my brain has been at, other than like updating the characters, because I'm not in a real hurry to like bring out a whole bunch of characters again. I want to take the ones that we have and start burning some of the assets and creating more rarities. I want to start making those one-on-ones, because I think every time one comes out, I'm just like a little more happy with it. I catch myself like going back and tweaking things or learning things,
tweaking and improving them. Yeah, I like it, and that's how it goes with art. You know, with especially with artistry, you improve as you go, so you learn new things as you go, and then just the artwork itself, because your skill set becomes better as you go, the more you do. So that's really cool. That's really, and your skill set's already on point. It's really awesome looking. I got this video here. Let's look at that. It's very short of the Landbox.
Oh, nice, yeah. I put it on YouTube so that we could have content on YouTube, but also
because I looked at your YouTube for the bounty blog. I saw there wasn't much there, but you do have some. Oops.
Yeah, I just now started thinking like having the time to. I'll make one with a bunch of the customs that we have. I think you got the.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Yeah, go for it. Take a break. Wow, so I don't I really don't play that many games. I don't have the time for it. But Landbox seems to be like a kind of a Minecraft like platform thing where you're building like lands and customized lands and using blocks, right? So basically, that's what's going on here. You got yourself like your own Cyber Vandals land. Can you tell us more about the land box for people that don't know, like me?
So yeah, Landbox is like it's definitely built on that 1x1 block scheme, and it's basically voxelated. It's like a giant voxelation, I guess. But essentially, it's like you can buy land in it, and that's what you saw me building on, was the land that I bought inside of it, and then you get different character cards that provide you different utility inside of the game. So you can have a gamer where you can go in and get a gun and go around and shoot other gamers. You can get one that's like a mischief. There's like a nurse. There's like a salesman. We have a character in there that's an announcement. The same with Skunky Chunk's got a character in there as well.
Nice.
There's like yeah, like I got really heavy into it. So the next stage is where we'll be able to publish the land so people can get on it. So we're waiting on that. That's just the next. They had this little competition to see like who's best build or whatever, and there was some pretty rad competition. I went for big, massive, trying to build a map, but there's some people that went and built like this crazy looking castles with like different color window every 2 blocks.
Nice.
They went for like detail, you know what I mean?
Your audio is it's not really choppy. I think it's where if you're not close to the mic, it just gets a little lower. So Puzzle is saying it sounds a little choppy, but I think that's what that is. Okay, cool. Any more on the website?
I was just taking some noise reduction down here real quick because I think it starts clipping.
Or something. It just it goes in and out kind of ish. It's not really choppy. It's just kind of like it goes lower than regular.
Let's use this setting. Is that better?
It could be. You said you're a tattoo artist full time too, huh? That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, so I own a tattoo shop in southern Indiana called Unspoken Art Studio, but we're like a gallery. We do like we were doing classes for a while. My wife was actually teaching the classes and stuff for a bit there, and then but we haven't really been as active as far as the classes because she hasn't been able to be here. But there's like, yeah, we have a full tattoo station. We have 2 offices. I have 2 other artists here too, James and Emily, and my wife actually does portraits from home now and stuff. So there's like a lot. We have like a cool little collective of artists here that all do something a little different.
Wow, awesome. So not even full time on this project, doing some work on the side.
I would say I probably am on this more full time, and then tattooing part time. But
yeah,
that's
how I roll too. Hey T Wood, what's good? What's up? And also Nasty, what's up, y'all? Yeah, that's kind of how I am. It's like my paid work is the job that we want to give up at one point. Well, I guess you probably love doing tattoos, though. That's probably a passion, eh?
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for about 20 years. So
Wow.
when I was a kid, my dream was to work for Pixar because I was really intrigued with like Finding Nemo, and Monsters Inc. is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Maybe WALL-E. It's like Monsters Inc., WALL-E, or Up. Those are the 3 like they hit me different ways. You know what I mean? Like the younger version, the medium version of myself, and then like my old man version is definitely like Carl. I can see myself.
Okay, so that kind of ties into your 3D work too. Then it kind of stimulates. If you grew up liking Pixar, I can see why your passion would go into the 3D type animation.
Yeah, I was able to probably like I think we looked it up and found some files from like 2013, 2012, where I like when I first like downloaded Blender and was learning it, and all these little projects and all these real goofy like static images that I made where it was like a ball and a square, and I was like trying to make characters out of it. And the program itself was kind of sucky, but because it's open source software, all of the information that was taken from all of the users was now forced back into the project, which made the project grow exponentially. So now it's like, I would say it's, on par with like a lot of studio stuff like ZBrush or, any of the big 3D sculpting or 3D modifying VFX stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's really
So
professional.
I'm growing with the program.
Nice. Well, you just launched your 3.0, so I guess you're just really focusing on like that and the land box and things. What are some other things in the future that you might be thinking about?
Well, I was aiming for probably January 1st for Cyber Vandals like 4.0, but we'll see. I really want to focus on the customs. We have a lot of accessories out there. We have a lot of stuff that's just sitting out there. So my main goal for probably the next at least month is to focus on blends, making one-on-ones, working on secondary sales, because the secondary sales helps fuel the CV token pool, and the primary sales helps fuel the one-on-one farm. So that's my thing, is I want to make a drop. Like I was doing memberships. I don't know if I'm really I'm going to keep the membership how it was, but I think in the future I could definitely I want to get back to like doing drops like kind of randomly and sporadically, even if it's just something small, just like a poster or something like that. And then to me it keeps the community more engaged. And I think by doing the membership the way I did, it like people knew that on Tuesday and Thursday there was a free drop because they already bought the membership. Gotcha. So it wasn't as active. People were like doing other things, and I don't want to say it like took from the community much, because it was cool on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Everybody knew to meet up, but I like the idea of having like a random blend. You know what I mean? Like when I create something, I don't want to have to like schedule it 2 weeks out to do it. I want to release it now. I'm excited about it. Check it out. Yeah. Boom, here you go. Whoever's here is like gets the first dibs. That's the whole reason that for people to be here.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, man.
So you like just dropping random blends now and then? You keep your eyes open. You said you do have a Discord, but you said you use Telegram more, right?
We're on Telegram all the time.
All the time. And I'm not on Telegram much, but definitely the links are in the bounty block as well. So if you wanted to like be part of the community and potentially get some random drops and blends before anybody else, definitely get into their Telegram and their Discord. T-Wood What's Good has a series of flash blends to let people know they're random. He says have a series of flash blends. Yeah, I guess you can do anything.
As long as I make pools, it's not really a big deal.
Awesome.
So you gotta keep blending and try to get.
So the main part of what's going on is you're collecting pieces of a character, like attributes of a character, pretty much, and they're 3D. They're really beautiful looking, and you're gonna collect the different ones, and then once you have what you need, what do you need? Do you need a set amount before you can get your 101? What kind of aspects?
You have to have the infinity supply crate, and we only release a certain amount.
Crate. Okay.
It kind of binds everything together.
Okay, so the crate would be like something you open to get this stuff, or how?
That would be something that you basically, when you get the infinity supply crate, that's your pass to get. Basically
okay.
that's.
So it's just a pass.
So you can do it. I see that you have that.
So you can even do it with like just that crate and a shoe, like one item, or.
Yeah, all you need is the Gibby, or you would need a Cyber Vandals and a crate, and you would be able, just with the crate, you'd be able to change its name in whatever colors you wanted, like in the background. And usually I throw some sort of tag or something, so like you could pick the color of the tag. But you get to pick like the fur, like if you,
so you don't
say you're like,
you don't need to have all the items to create the character then.
Okay. You just have to have the infinity supply crate. But it's cooler if you do it. I mean, it's kind of to me. I mean, I guess to each their own, but to me it would be a waste just to not add a bunch of accessories, because like that's the whole point, is to like these characters, I want them to either look like your pets or look like you, and everybody kind of brings their own style, and then we have this whole like coalition of people,
But whenever you trade in the items, you're trading. I guess I could ask for a 1-of-1 as long as I have that crate, and I would just give you a shoe, but then my character's gonna have full decked. But then if I have multiple items like a shoe and the bow or whatever, I'd still be trading in those items. Is that right?
Yeah, so you would just customize it however you want. So in the future, I'm hoping that Wax DAO comes out with some sort of like +1 system, so that way like I'll end up making an adjustment to the farm where whatever accessories you have give you more farming power.
Oh yeah, that's coming in version 2. We talked about it. In a month or two, he will have staking weights on different templates in the same farm, Everybody's been asking, so he's heard it from everyone. And we too will be using that. That's a really cool, that will elevate quite a bit by giving different weights for different items. I saw Cosmos11 follow. Thank you, Cosmos11. If you're interested, I'd love to talk to you about a future collab. Anybody else? Any other projects?
Sure.
Talk to me, and maybe we can schedule something up. We do one collab a week just like this. It's not just the AMA, it's also the puzzle game. Hey, there you are. What's up? First time chat too. Thank you very much. Yeah, for sure. We're trying to, sometimes it can be hard to schedule dates when everybody's doing different things and whatnot. But anyway, thank you very much for all this explanation. We're going to do another Grubfish. The interview is not quite over. Now, during the grub, you're welcome to take a break. No problem. But when the grub is back, if you have any questions, we're going to just go over anything remaining until we're done with questions. I don't really have many here. But yeah, I really appreciate everything we went over. It's really neat and artistic. Yeah. And you could tell
thanks for having me here.
You're working, you're like they said, you're a hard worker, and you're also running a tattoo shop, and you're doing all these things. I love seeing that from wax creators, especially when they're independent and not a giant, like a big company or something. It really shows commitment. And also especially those creators that then go on streams and like they're very open about what they're doing, very transparent, very wanting to be good, wanting the project to be good for the community as a whole. And you certainly do that, not only getting on AMAs, but you got your own Twitch. So that really adds a whole nother level to a collection, I think, when you do see the face of the creator just being on live, answering whatever there may be, addressing whatever they may be, showing that you're essentially a community member too, and you're just trying to make it all work. So that's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why the whole fan art poster thing started, because I wanted to, I started drawing Flid from French Monet Gang stuff. Psycho Dino was like one of the first dudes, I think he was like second or third. Skunky Chunks for sure. We did the OG McTen blunts I showed you earlier. Just like things that I'm a fan of is like what I'm drawing now. And I started off drawing like fan art of like, cartoons, like the stuff that I grew up with. So like Ren and Stimpy and that stuff. And I didn't get whitelisted because they said my stuff looked too much like theirs, even though I did my own twist to them. So I kind of got like, I got hard-headed about it and was like, well, fine, I won't have to use any of that stuff. I'll make my own universe like Stan Lee did.
Yeah. I can make my own. That's right. Anyone can become a creator. It takes a lot of dedication and effort, but
it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
But you don't need schooling for it. Like here, we were just saying we're self-taught. Like what we know how to do, we learn from the internet.
I mean, we do need schooling. Like it's how much you learn is up to you now, because the information is so accessible. You don't have to go to college and sit through a class. You can literally
that's kind of what I mean. Yeah, you don't need degrees for it. Yeah, it's the internet has an information for you. Now, it depends on what you want to do. It can take many, many hours of learning it, and that is schooling. That's self-taught schooling. You're not taking tests, but that's a big part of it. Yeah. YouTube goes a long way. Tutorials, whatever it is you're trying to do, just do it one step at a time. YouTube, the programs you're using, or Google, it doesn't have to be videos. Google, YouTube.
As long as you don't have to have a degree.
Yeah, and you start small. If you're brand new to it, don't try to do professional. Go small. Try, and then you build your way up, and you learn as you go.
Yeah, like I started off doing flyers and posters and business cards when I was doing graphic design, like back when Photoshop and Illustrator, like forever ago. You know what I mean? Like it was just like base versions of these things. MS Paint days,
Yeah, I played with MS Paint. Yeah, as a kid. Then that's how you do. Start small, and then not only are you learning, but put stuff out. Like, and it doesn't have to be an NFT collection right away either, but like, especially if it's graphic design or video making, start a YouTube channel and just put stuff out, because that is how you learn, by experience. You need to have experience to actually learn. Because you do it as you creating what it is you're trying to create. That's how I created videos. I made dumb YouTube videos, and they got better as I went, because as I was making each one, I was learning how to do that specific thing I was doing. And now that's in my skill bank. Now I can use it for the next one, and And then as you keep doing stuff, making stuff, creating stuff, you can keep getting better and better. Now it looks like you're just a full-blown professional studio, but it's actually you doing stuff. Not only
just
that,
a dude, right?
just a dude. Not only that, but the fact that you do one-of-ones custom for people is also kind of a cool. I don't think I've heard of that specifically. There may be others, but the fact that it's not just like blends where you just put them up and people choose and it's all automated. It's way more personalized when they tell you what they want their character to look like, and you're just like, all right, here, you got the crate, I'm going to do it for you, here it is. And then you got the utility on top, you got the tokens and the staking for that too. It's not only art. So awesome.
Yeah, my focus is to get those one-on-ones, just keep adding to the utility of those one-on-ones.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree. That should be the thing. Those are like your big deals. Like our mythics for our seasons, the same thing. You add the most utility to the top ones, and your one-of-ones are those. And they're unique characters. That's really cool. So we're gonna do a grubfish, and after we get back, we'll go over anything else. If you have any last questions before I sign Tony off, make sure to get them into the chat. The prize for this one will be that Tony poster that we looked at earlier, the trip poster, and it's only for the first place. And then the next grubfish, after we sign them off, we'll have more prizes again from various collections, including Warsaken, Faded, Online End, Explosion! Yeah, so we have links there in the chat. There is a drop there, so the Cyber Vandals drop, and that is a custom ConsumerBreak collab NFT, which you are able to get for free only for the next hour or two. For free, but you have to hold at least one NFT from both of us, and it can be anything at all. You can just pick something really cheap if you want.
Yeah, I wanted it to be free, but I didn't want to get rated because I've done free stuff before, and there's been like 700 of them go out because somebody bought them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, so
I know. I wanted it to be like everybody gets one. You know?
Yeah, if you have a free drop that's just public, then they absolutely get botted. What we learned has helped a lot. If we want to do like our promo drops, we're supposed to be free, but instead of that, we listen for 0.1 wax, and that weeds out a lot of bots because the bots look for free stuff. But aside from that, the whole proof of ownership thing, to where you have to hold something to access, that's a really cool feature too, for sure. So that's one way to do it.
It's quick and easy.
Yeah, it's easy, quick. Because we can do the keyed links too, but like I've found that bots will just find those and share them. So the keyed links doesn't even, it helps, but if they find the link, then next thing you know, it's botted again if it's free. But anyway, they got those tools and that helps. Congratulations to Dress 77. Congratulations. You got yourself the trip poster, which we looked at just a little bit.
If you get the mask, you can blend it right now.
Oh, you can blend too. So there are blends. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the blends and what kind of blends you have?
So that poster that you just got right now, there's a 3D. So there's posters, then there's gold cards, there's masks, then there's gold masks, and then there's different rarity shoes and different rarity accessories. So if you take the poster and you mix it with the 3D mask that you get, there's like for the trip was the most common. There's 250 of those posters out of 1,000, and there's 250 of the trip masks. So if you take those two, you can go to the blends page right now and blend up for one of the 100. Let me double check and make sure they're still available before I say that. But last time I checked, they were still available. So you just go down where it says trip, you click on this, and then it'll give you the animated version. So you'll just need these two right here. I think you can get it like,
okay.
Well,
So
if you buy the pack, you get it up. But if you get it, well, you have a chance of getting it, I should say.
So there's a few items you can blend, and then I guess it's like an upgraded version. You have the character with the mask, and
Yeah, let me show you the actual NFT real quick. Because for some reason because I did a pool, they wanted me to have an image of it. So it didn't really make sense, and I didn't have an image for a 3D animation, so I just used the Coalition poster. But let me grab something real quick and I'll show you what the actual.
Welcome, first time chat. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate.
So this is the actual like. Oh yeah, there's still some in Blend NFT. So there's a pool. And this is the 3D animation you get. So if you take that flat poster and mix it with the 3D helmet, you get this animation for free. So they're limited to only 100 of these.
Oh, so the blends are limited, but you do that does upgrade a bit. Look at that guy; he's got a mask on. That's cool. So can that be part of the 101 too? Then, if somebody, I guess, then they would just give you that, and then you'd start with that character with a mask, and then the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. So if they gave me like the poster, that mask, or if they wanted to use a different mask, they could put a different mask on that character. You could change the skin tones, the eye color, the hair color. You know what I mean? Like there's hats, there's shoes, there's chains, there's like all types of accessories. We did a bunch of like flat bill style hats, and like we've done a bunch of like we did this pirate series one time, and then we did like a pop culture type series where I released a bunch of like kind of pop culture like there's like I was releasing a bunch of these things that were all accessories, and now that they're out there, my intentions were people were going to get them and then blend them, but what happened was I got people that were fans of the project, so they ended up collecting those accessories so that they had all of those accessories in that little piece of the schema, or the that little part of the collection. So there's people out there that just wanted all of the hats, and they didn't take the hats to blend on their stuff. They just wanted all of the hats, and they wanted all of the, there's people out there want all of the shoes and things like that. So
it's kind of separate of them pretty much then. I mean, you can collect your pieces, but then if you end up getting a one-on-one, you can just customize a character no matter what you're holding. And then you can kind of do them both. You're collecting the items, and then also, if you get the crate, you can do the one-on-one. Gotcha. Havoc said, tell them about the Zen's collection. What's that mean?
Oh, yeah. My son, he's 12. He actually launched his first NFT collection on August 1st. He's been, dude, he's actually familiar with Blender. We're working to get him a new computer because the one that he got has some kind of malware on it now. So I'm gonna get him like a little laptop and just put Blender on it so that he can use that. But dude, he went through and made his own story. I worked with him all summer with Blender and making NFTs, and I was working a lot more with him before he went to school. Now he's got school and stuff, but he's got his own little universe that like it was basically like a gas station and a snack store were by each other, and there was a mad scientist underneath it, and he was doing some stuff and blew him up, and what he was doing was trying to create this binder where he could take this puppy and bind it with his the grandpa or something like that was real angry, and make the grandpa super nice. So this mad scientist was working on this stuff, and then it all exploded. So the cars and the snacks ended up binding together. So he has like a pickle car, and he's got like a soda car, and he's been making all these little automobiles and stuff. But it's been a lot of fun watching him do that and kind of process that and understand it. Like I said, he's got 5 or 6 of them that are done now. We just need to get him back on and like have another drop with him. And
that's
the computer's
awesome
been
to hear. Yeah, working together with your kids now too, and getting them.
Well, it's his future, right? Like, I mean, it's
early
them kids
too.
Grew up with Minecraft.
And this is us that are in WAX and whatnot. We have a high hope that this is kind of like the future. Web3 is the future. So getting kids in early, and especially creating, not just like getting into the space, but getting in there and creating
we're training
too.
kids.
That's really awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah, we're like people as a society. We don't realize we're training kids already with like Roblox, Fortnite, all of these huge games. They're taking their real life cash and turning it into crypto and buying stuff inside the game with the crypto. Mm-hmm. So they're growing up with it. We grew up like Nintendo and where you just played the game, but you couldn't sell Spyro. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't sell Mario, but now like. These kids are going to grow up on a different type of thing where the games that they're playing are things that they own, and they can now change those game assets which is going to make I hear it all the time with like the old folks, and they're like, oh, this will never take off. Nobody will be in VR. Nobody wants to blah, 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 blah. Nobody's ever going to wear a VR headset. I'm like, bro, look how many times people take their cell phone and do this.
Yeah, really. And honestly,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't even have to be the VR. I mean, when the technology gets even better than VR, I'm sure we'll also take over. It doesn't even have to be VR, though. Web3 is just like metaverse as well. Like, that's what Digicon is. You can just have a computer. The fact that you, like you said, you own your assets, that's the part that's really changing everything. And I'm sure we'll just continue. I'm sure 5 years from now, we're going to be living in a totally different world. Metaverse will be so much more popular, and probably VR
Ready Player
as
One.
well.
We're already in it.
Yeah, we're already in it.
People talk about like it's going to happen. It is happening.
The more mainstream gamer community needs to figure that out. They need to figure out that they can spend money on in-game assets, and then they own them and profit from them instead of just giving it to the big corporations. That's what they're doing right now. They don't get it. They're so afraid of the word of the name NFT because of the bad rep from the rugs and all that. But it's a different ball game now. Like all of that is changing. It's all changing. Maybe if they use the word digital collectibles more than NFTs, people might bite a little more. But whenever the gamer market figures it out and they're like, oh, okay, so I don't have to do in-game transactions that only go to the corporation. I can own my own stuff, and hopefully decentralized, and hopefully that picks up a lot more in the coming years, and hopefully in Wax. I know that Wax is doing great. We all love seeing that, being in this space, with Wax being so gaming and utility focused. So hopefully that is where things continue to happen, especially with creators like yourself and others that are doing. That's also kind of a big difference. Is the creators here in Web3 it's like they are part of the community, and they're not in the corporation. The corporation is only about the bottom dollar, and so they are going to they're going to take as long as they can to stay away from Web3 because of that, because people do just pay them. But then, like, the creators that are already here is much more on the other side of things, and that's just great. That's just great. Let's see. I don't really have many questions. Funkin' Crypto asks, who is your favorite musical artist and genre?
Pick a genre.
Pick a genre. Like them all, huh?
Yeah, I mean, being in that, like, we're in the tattoo studio. I've been tattooing for almost 20 years now, so I remember tattoo studios being like all Metallica and Pantera to like all rap to like now we listen to a lot of like chill lo-fi stuff, so everybody's chill and relaxed. And
I get you. Yeah, that is kind of I didn't think about that. Yeah, in a tattoo and shop environment, you're gonna have music and a clientele of a certain demographic. So I can definitely hear metal and stuff there. I can also hear chill vibes now too. That's cool.
Right. So, like, I'd say if we had to go metal, I would say, like, Emir. I'm trying to think of some of, like, I just, like, went super blank on a lot of the... Like, I have playlists on Spotify. So one of my playlists has, like, a bunch of 2 Chainz, and then the other one has, like, Acacia Strain and a bunch of, like, hardcore metal, and, like, then there's, like, lo-fi, and then there's, like, Billie Holiday and, like real old classic like it's not classical. I don't really, it's like soul music, Billie Holiday, I'm like a huge fan of her. She's like actually an amazing vocalist.
Awesome.
Believe it or not.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that.
Bill Withers goes hard too.
All right. Well, we certainly learned a lot today, and I appreciate you being here. Any last questions? Go ahead and throw them in. We will continue with 3 more Grubfish after I sign Tony off, so stick around because we do have prizes from Online In, Warsaken, Faded Monsuda, and Hybrid Creature still. What we looking at right here? What's this guy?
This is the newest character that we just finished. It was for Kush Dubs. I don't know if he's been in here or not. But...
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, this is Kush Dubs custom, and then he has his custom 101, and then I was going to show you another one too. I have
Cool. There's custom one-on-ones.
Right.
Now I kind of want to browse the one-on-ones, like on templates, and see what everyone picked. They're all
I
unique.
need to have like
They're all unique and personalized.
Yeah. That's but like I can send you the schema and you can look through all the one-on-ones, man.
It's in the schema. That's
really cool stuff.
Yeah, that's a cool way, guys. If you're interested just to see what other people did and how all these unique characters look, you can look at Atomic Hub in that schema and just see them all there.
Yeah, it's CV or C.V. 1 of 1.
Okay, great. And the collections is Cyber Vandals, so that's where you'd find it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. There's all the links right there in the chat. All right, well, it's been great. It's been fun. Let's look at just a quick reminder again. We have our bounty block right here, so you guys can go ahead and enter that. Let's see how many entries we got. Make sure to enter that by next week, and you can have a chance. 8,000 entries. You can have a chance at winning.
My second screen.
Oh yeah, whoops. You're right.
Do not leave stuff on the screen all the time.
Because when I look at the screen that you guys look, I don't see the overlay, so that's why I mess that up sometimes. So yeah, each of the 3 winners will get an NFT from Cyber Vandals and also a cryptid sketch card pack from us. So we have here the shoe. Let me just look at that real quick. Because they do look cool. I love the shoe. Like the whole box animation you got. It looks really cool. Yeah. We have a bomber bow cable. Is that how I'm saying? Cabell?
Yep, cable. You got the blue mask.
And you can enter all these by following all of our socials and whatnot and holding NFTs, all right? Also, there's that drop. So that drop is... oh, there you go. Thanks for the link. There's a collection link. So you can look at the schema there. And then we got this, the drop, which is right here.
I think I keep hearing followers through my OBS. So if you're following, thank you.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. Follow Tony. And make sure to get this one. Minimum possible mint 117. Sold 100. Really? We got 111 already? Well, your community must have gone at it then. That is so cool. So make sure to do that because you have an hour and a half left. And the link is there. And if you hold one NFT from each of us, you're able to claim that, and you can get one of them. And also, once you do that, use that for your entry too. Don't forget that before you do anything else with it. You only have to enter once. Once you're in, you're in. So if you do hold that NFT, go over here and hit that 300 points for you, and you might have a little better chance. Okay. Yeah, and once again, thank you very much for putting this art together. I didn't ask for it, guys. All right, so he just did this on his own. And
it's kind of like a little flyer.
Yeah, and it looks really cool. ConsumerBreak logo reimagined in the Cyber Vandals trash style, as he called it. Very cool.
Trash graffiti.
Very, very cool. With that, I think we're about done with talking to Mr. Tony Tripp. I don't have any other questions.
Go buy the packs. Go get packs. Go make customs.
Go make
utilities
packs.
Are definitely bro.
Get customs. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate. And yeah, any other last words to the fam before I let you go?
Shout out to the Cyber Vandals community. My wife, my kids, all of them have been super supportive. You guys are the energy behind all this stuff. So I appreciate the good vibes. I appreciate the community. I appreciate everybody being involved. I thank you for having me on.
No problem.
It takes people like you to spread the word and get out to new people. And I'll see you on Twitch. I'll see you on Telegram. Telegram we use daily. If you, I'm really looking for feedback, suggestions on Telegram. On Twitch is when I make stuff live, so you actually get to like see the proof of work, right? It's not like just downloading models and putting lights on it. It's actually like I'll take suggestions from in the Twitch and make whatever it is right there.
Oh, so you actually create art on your Twitch, eh? Thanks for all the
So the
follows,
accessory-
guys. Thank you.
Yeah. The accessory. So like we made like an arcade machine on there. We made like a DJ booth.
Awesome. So
there's all
definitely follow Tony Tripp on Twitch, and you can see him do some art on Twitch. And then, like he just said, give him feedback. He's in the Telegram a lot. Get in there. You also got the Discord, so you got that too. Any kind of feedback for the future, whatever, hit him up, and he'll listen to you. And get your packs, get your items, and get the crates. Where specifically could one get a crate to make a one-of-one?
I think we just released 15 more, and they're all bought up. So it'll be a little bit.
They're very limited. So the one-of-one custom ones are very limited. You just gotta keep your eye open until the next drop and try to get in there really quick. All right.
Yeah, we try to. Well, there's usually some on secondary market. There's people that'll buy them up and then hold them so that other people can get them as well.
Okay.
It's something that, because we're adding more utility, we can't make it as accessible as it once was. Like in the beginning, I was like, let's make everybody stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started providing more utility, it was like, okay, well now we need to adjust how people get in. So we leaked a little bit. Like,
and that's why I asked how often do you get them, because you can't be overwhelmed with like if it can't be too easy to request this, because it takes a lot of effort and time to make a custom one-on-one. So that makes sense to have a really limited drop to be able to do those. But that's really cool.
And once they get burned down, I'll really, that's when it's time to release a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Gives me time to add more utility and adjust whatever it is price-wise.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I certainly learned a lot. I hope some of our fans or anybody else watching that wasn't familiar learned a lot, and maybe you can get in if you're interested. Do some collecting, potentially get your one-of-one, potentially get some more utilities and staking and all that, and see what else he's got coming up. Oh, actually, I was going to just give me a second here. Let's look at those other prizes. So these are the prizes for the puzzle game and the bounty block. We have like this Pixel Boots shoe.
Oh yeah, that's a common. Give me 100 of those.
Look at that 3D work.
The shoebox I had a lot of fun with. I wish I could show you the animation for the box opening. That's where I love the way, like when I went to go make my pack, I wanted it to look like not like everybody else's. Like I had seen a lot of these like bubblegum baseball card packs and things like that, and I like the traditional sense of that, but I'm always like trying to do something bigger than I did before.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people don't have a lot of collections, and I've seen that too. They might not have like the 3D skill set or somebody to do that kind of 3D work. Yeah. I mean, we have a pack too that does a little, but it's kind of limited on what we're able to do. But that's what your whole thing is. You do these animations and things, so it really makes sense for you to go all out. And this looks beautiful. It really looks like a shoebox opening. You did a heck of a job on that. I really like the shoebox. And then we got this bomber bow. What is this thing? It's like
it shoots flaming spray. It hits the wall.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, so somebody wanted we talked about a bow and arrow on live, and then we changed it to a crossbow, and then the crossbow had to shoot spray paint cans. If you pause it, you can actually see a spray paint can right there, and it has like a little taser that lights the tip of it and shoots it off, and then it explodes against the wall, creating a big like nuke explosion. So
and then you got the camera like orbiting around really fast around it, makes it all flashy. Like, look at that thing, a futuristic crossbow. So that's
gets loud.
That's one of the prizes on. And they all got the music on them. That's one of the prizes on the bounty block. The bomber is. And then there's also the cable mask and the trip on the puzzle game. Here's another shoe for the puzzle. Here's what the mask looks like, kind of blown up.
Masks are fun to make.
Yeah, it's badass. Look at that thing. Isn't that cool? Really cool 3D work. I love it. It looks really, really amazing. All right.
So If you get the cable poster, you can actually mix it with that mask.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cable
If you
poster-
get the poster, is that the only one, or is that like the only combo, or do you have a lot of different character and mask or character? And...
We're working on more. We just dropped it on Saturday, so I made
Okay.
5 animations right out of the gate that are all 100 each. So there's only 100 of those blends of the trip animation, the cable, the in each character. And then, of course, as we keep going, like I'm gonna make customs. Like I just did like that Ghost Gibby.
Mhm.
I literally just let me show you this. I did a little template this morning, to try and test it. So check this out. This is pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it. Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Let me take this down and put this here. So the Ghost Gibby, I actually wanted to try and make a legit like hologram-ish looking Gibby to match the shirt. I don't know if you can see the shirt. There.
Oh.
So that poster, so this is sort of like, this will be a blend, right? So there's a flag that we have. There's the Gibby poster, which is actually on his shirt. And then I made this dude like his mask looks like Gibby. Like it's actually almost like a ghost blue, and then Gibby's actually transparent.
Yeah, see that. It's kind
Today I was, go ahead.
It's kind of like he's just chilling behind him, like representing him. Like this is the yeah, like you say, like a hologram. Oh, there we go. Now he's moving around. Cool.
So I was doing a test animation just to see how it like would work out. But,
well, you did great,
cool,
great 3D work. Like really beautiful 3D work. This is awesome. I'm looking forward to other stuff in the future. I might get some of my own. I might get some of my own personally. This looks really cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you being here and going through all this. It's been cool. And everybody watching, go ahead and, like I've already said, but we have a week to go for the puzzle game. So you can get in there and solve that. And we have a week to go for that bounty blocks. And then we only have like an hour to go for the drop, the poster drop. And then also that cyber password game, that's also got like 2 hours. So got some things for you to do, potentially win some prizes. All the prizes from this stream will be sent out by tomorrow. And the bounty block and the puzzle game will be live until a week from now. So they'll be sent out next Friday. All right. So with that, appreciate you being here, and I'll sign you off and hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Get back to work. No, do great things. Work with your son. Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, just keep making stuff. I love seeing that. I love just creators being creators, because it's really a personality trait. Not everybody has that trait where we just want to create. We have a knack to create stuff, and that's really awesome seeing that in this space, especially younger generation. It's really cool.
Yeah, awesome, man.
All right, we'll see you later.
Cool. Thanks, bro. See you guys.